that I have a new
What's up,
Discord
y'all?
group as well. There's only a
Happy
few people in
Thursday.
there,
If
but if
you're
you
watching
guys
me
want to
on
know more
Periscope
technical stuff, such
uh,
as this audio stuff or
and
a
Facebook,
lot of
what's going on
aviation
with y'all?
stuff, there's a couple things I already shared that are aviation related. One has to do with the TSA,
All right.
flashlight stuff. Yes. What's my favorite flashlight? I like ThruNite. ThruNite is my favorite brand because they have the what they call
I'm
the
gonna wait
thrower
until Ryan finishes because
flashlights,
that's the proper
where
thing to do. What's going on?
the thrower flashlight is where the light is
Hey,
like the
that's Sweeter.
flashlight
Actually, what's
version
going on?
of a
I'm gonna
light
wait till Ryan
that's
finishes because that's
linked
the
or
polite thing
something.
to do.
So Terry's live. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And I will see you guys next week. Take care.
All right, thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate you.
LAB or LCD?
Okay.
It's from
I gotta kill that. All right. So thank you for joining. Speaker, actually, thank you for joining. I really appreciate you. You guys on Facebook, what's going on? Hey Jim, what's happening, man? Since I have a shortened time slot, I'm gonna go. Let me. I guess I'm about to go ahead and get to it. So what I want you guys to do for me is please go ahead and share the broadcast out to your timeline. If you're watching me on Facebook, please go ahead and share it to your feed there. And we're going to make it quick since I'm kind of short here. Hey, Janine, what's up? How you doing? What's going on with you? I am so glad you're in the building. I love when y'all come through. When the Thunder Crew comes through, it means something to me. Appreciate y'all. All right, so you guys just heard Ryan Scope, and then after me it's going to be Jimmy, and then it's going to be I always say Jimmy, but his name is Jim. Uh, it's going to be after Jim, and then it's Lala. I think after. Thank you for inviting your followers, Jimmy. I appreciate you, brother. All right, so listen. Um, I tell you what, you guys. I was on the struggle bus this week with social media. Thank you for inviting your followers, Miss Lala. And to be truthful with you, I almost, I think I inboxed Jim a couple of days ago and was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and step down. And he was like, no, man, you can't. No, you can't do this. And so here I am on Thursday, taking over from Miss Sassy. She is getting things taken care of, praying for you as a family. Also, you guys, real quick before I get into my stuff, um, I belong to a group called the Brothers of Legacy. If you've never heard of us, we broadcast every single morning. What's up, Ryan? We broadcast every single morning on Periscope. It is me, A.D. Walker Helps, Travell C.W. Lynch, Pastor Brian McCrory, and also the real Dwayne Goodson. It's five of us. And so we broadcast, hey, and we broadcast every single morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Periscope. However, I want us to, Hurricane Dorian came through and decimated the Bahamas. So I want each and every person that's in here on Periscope and watching on Facebook, if we can shoot up a prayer for Dwayne Goodson's mother-in-law and brother-in-law. Last the report I received from AD was that his mother-in-law and brother-in-law are still unaccounted for in the Bahamas. So everybody is kind of on edge. So we want to send everybody out to make sure they pray for that brother because that's his mother-in-law. And Lala can't get me. What's wrong? All right. Can everybody see me? If you can see me, put a one because I just got a message that says Lala can't get me. Periscope will not allow me to be great. It might be a restream. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can. It keeps freezing. Okay. That's what. And because I know what it is. I know what it is. All right. So what I'm gonna have to do, Jim, I'm gonna have to hang up and then come back because it's freezing on Periscope. So let me do that. You guys bear with me. I'm gonna come right back. Okay. Don't go nowhere. Gotcha. All right, let's try it again and see if that works. I think I had my streaming up too high. Seriously? All right. All right. So hopefully everybody can get in. Somebody invite Lala, see if she can get in here. I know Ryan said there was some. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. If there is any lag, you guys please let me know. Facebook, I apologize. Make sure you guys come back as well. I really do appreciate you. I really have something that I want to say tonight. That darn devil don't want me to get it out. Well, I'm gonna get it out. I promise. All right. And so Restream is being funky too, telling me I have 2 people. My Periscope says I have 8. So I don't know. So we're gonna wait around. So like I was saying before, I disconnected and reconnected. Was we want to pray for our brother Dwayne. His mother-in-law and brother-in-law are still unaccounted for down in the Bahamas. So we want to send out prayers to him. So if you guys don't mind doing that for me, that'll be great. All right, praying for your brother Dwayne. We really are, and the wife and everybody. So all right, so we're going to get into the meat of my scope. So if everybody can see me, put a 1 in the comments just so I can know, I can kind of gauge what's going on. If you can see me and you can hear me, put a 1 in the comments for me. And somebody invite, let me put that back up here. Let me see if I can share people. Twitter. I'm sorry, you guys. I think she just popped in here too. No, that's somebody else. All right, thank you guys. Hey, Jimmy can see me. Elko and Lover 2 can see me. Ryan can see me. Fridge Fritters can see me. So there's no freezing on that end. Yeah, see, I tried to be slick. Tried to be slick, right? I tried to put my stuff on a higher resolution, and it kept freezing. So that was my bad. I apologize for that. Please invite and share. Thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. If you're watching on Periscope, don't be mean. Tap your screen. This is a hard thing, right? Yeah, scope being scope. There's Lala. There she is. Now I can begin my scope since Lala's here. All right. So here is the topic for today. Okay. My topic today, normally I don't like to get on here and just randomly talk. I like to get on here and try to kind of have something to say to y'all. Okay, so Megan, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you. This is your first time. My name is Terry. I broadcast from Southern Idaho. Yeah, Idaho. But I ain't no hoe. But I live in Idaho. I'm just saying. So you can follow me. I am the founder of the Conversation Show TV here on Facebook and Periscope. If you can see that, there's a podcast. There is a Bitly link in the title. I'll leave you guys to go to that Bitly link. bit.ly/TCSTV, Scenic Idaho. Absolutely. And I didn't know how scenic it was until I went on my mini moon. It's pretty cool. So bit.ly//TCSTV 2019. Please click on that link. That's going to take you to my podcast. Okay. Now, my podcast, we are at a series of my podcast called The Knucklehead Chronicles. Now, if anybody has, I know Laura has listened to all 10 chapters of The Knucklehead Chronicles. She can tell you from experience. That's pretty good. And The Knucklehead Chronicles is a contemplation of my life, and from the age of 16 or 17 to current day. So it's 10 chapters long. My producer, my distributor distributes those. Hey, Misty, distributes those one day a week. So if you want to catch up, we only on chapter 2. Thank you for sharing, Misty. I really appreciate you. Again, if you're on Periscope, don't be mean. Tap your screen. That's what it's all about. I promise you, you will not get an invoice. All right. So my topic today. Now, this is something that I talked about this morning on the Brothers of Legacy. But I wanted to kind of recycle it for this particular scope because I have more of a crowd listening to this one. This story that I'm going to tell you, or this particular topic, is derived from Mr. Devontae Goins. And I know if he's watching on Facebook, I know he's going to be like, he's using my stuff and not telling me. So we were talking one day because I'm part of a digital media group on Facebook. And we was having a meeting one day, and we was talking when he had buried, I think it was his uncle, and he gave the eulogy, and he paraphrased something about when you look on an obituary, and you'll see the sunrise date, and then the sunrise date, and then the sunset date. If you guys are familiar with obituaries and how they work, sunrise, sunset, but in the middle is a dash. The dash signifies your life and how you live your life. Now, what I talked about this morning on the Buzz of Legacy was that we have one shot at this thing called life. So that's why you see on the obituary it only has one dash, because you only get one chance to do this. Now I'm always on Facebook and Periscope, and I see people living their best life. You know, I see Jim and his daughter, Lala, doing her thing out in Cali, Tala doing her thing. I may not never say nothing, but I'm always looking. And Ryan doing his thing, and everybody who's living their best life are living that best life because they know and understand that we only get one. We only get one. Let me tell you guys something real quick. Today is August. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's September 5th. Argue with myself. That's crazy. September 5th, 2019. That's the date. Understand. Don't laugh. Understand that there will never be another September the 5th. So it will never be another September 5th, 2019 ever. There will never be another September the 5th, 2019 ever. Congratulations, Megan, to your grandparents. So what that's saying is, we have only one day, we have one shot to live our best life. We don't have time to be bickering. We don't have time to be wondering and saying, well, I don't know if I should. I want to do this. I want to go climb a mountain. I want to go, if you guys follow me on Facebook, I took my first boat ride, right? Because I'm 44 years old and I've never been on a boat. Me, Brian W., as a parent that lost his son this year, don't waste a day. That dash is very short for all of us. Exactly my point. And I'm on my mini moon with my newlywed wife and I got on a boat for the first time. I've never been on a boat ever, not even a cruise, nothing, never. And so if you follow me on Facebook, you have to watch that video because it's extremely hilarious. It's got like 400 or 500 views now, and it's funny. But I wanted to live my best life. We got one shot. One. We got people who have lost parents. Myself, I lost my mother. Lala, her mother. Mr. Brian W. lost a parent. I mean, you get one shot. There are no do-overs in this life. You can have the desire to have a do-over, but there are no do-overs. You get one. You get one, and there's an old soap opera that used to ring out when my grandma used to make me watch when I was a kid, and it was called One Life to Live. I don't know if any of you guys watch any kind of soap operas, but my grandma made me, from 1 o'clock on, we watch soap operas. And so One Life to Live was a soap opera, and it's true. You only have one life to live. So if you are watching this video live on Facebook, Periscope, if you're watching the replay, if you are unhappy in your life, it is time to shift yourself out of neutral. It is time to get unstuck, because you can't go back. Because you can't go back to August 12th, 2019, because there ain't no more. There's only one. You can't go back to, because when I leave here, when God says, okay, Terry, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to come on home. I'm going to be like this. My obituary is going to read April 3rd, 1975, dash, whenever that year is. But in that dash is going to be he lived his best life. What legacy are we going to leave our children? What legacy are we going to leave our family? When we leave, and when someone is preaching your eulogy up on that pulpit or wherever they be at, and they'll say, well, Terry lived his life. Terry left a legacy for his 2-year-old son, or how old TJ will be when I pass on. But he lived a legacy for his family. He wasn't no slouch, because what you don't want is somebody up there lying at your funeral. You don't want somebody lying at your funeral. Come through. You got one life to live. You got one shot at this. Listen to me. If you're walking around right now and you hate somebody right now, if you got an art with somebody, if you got a beef with somebody, listen to me. If you don't take that beef, take it out back, pop open your grill, light it up, and put that beef on there and grill it. Forgive them people. Move on. Don't miss what God has for you because you mad at somebody. Don't miss what God has for you because you mad at somebody. You got an art with somebody. You haven't forgiven somebody. Forgive those folks and move all the way on. If they still mad at you, then that's their beef. Because my dash is going to mean something. My dash is going to mean something. What is your dash going to mean to you? Mine will say she lived in love to the fullest and laughed daily. What will your dash say about you? What's your dash? What does that mean? When you hear that, if you have children, grandchildren, what do you want to leave? What do you want them to say about you? I think about my brother, Dwayne, whose wife is in agony in this moment because she hasn't heard from her mother and her brother because of this hurricane and all that. Can you imagine what's going through her brain right now? What term? Never heard of what term? If you've never heard, can you imagine? I'm sorry. Did I create what? I'm just working on forgiving, but at least I'm trying because forgiving is hard for me. Bubbly Crown, listen, and forgiveness is one of those. It's just one of those things that it takes some work. But listen to me. Thank you, Jim. But listen to me real quick with forgiveness. All right. I'm not sure if you're religious or what have you, but I'm a firm believer, right? And I believe that God will put blessings on the other side of walls. And those walls being what we don't want to do. We don't want to forgive people. We don't want to love people correctly or whatever. And sometimes God put those blessings behind the wall. So in order for you to get to your next blessing in your life, you have to break through those walls. You have to say, I have to forgive them. I know it's tight. It'll say she had a severance heart. Oh, and I hope they're all right. Yeah, I want my kids to say my mom was the best she could for us. Exactly. That's what you want. Hey, Craig, that's what you want. You want to have that legacy. But Bubbly Crown, listen, forgiving is a work in progress. It's a daily work, but you have to do it. Because don't miss something that's good for you because you haven't forgiven someone. Sometimes you can forgive them. You don't have to be bosom buddies with them. You ain't gotta be bosom buddies. You ain't gotta hang with them. You ain't gotta drink with them. None of that. You can forgive those folks and move on. That's one of the things that I say on my podcast and my live show on Sundays. Forgive yourself. Forgive them, forgive yourself, and then move on. Because life's too short. That dash, though, you only get one. If you look, you only get one. Sunrise dash sunset. That's it. It don't say sunrise dash 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 dash. Sunrise. Sunset. You get one shot. If someone treated you dirty, If someone lied on you, somebody put salt on your name, or somebody lied on you, that's what that means. That's a hood term. Forgive and move forward. You got to. You got to. And if you have children, listen to me. Kids pick up everything. Kids pick up bitterness. Unforgiveness is a generational thing. Because think about this for a sec. If you got somebody in whether it's in your family, whether somebody you used to date, or your ex-husband, your ex-wife, or whatever, and you hate them, or you have an art with them, or you're fighting with them, if you don't straighten your face, your kids will pick up the vibe that you carry, that negative energy you carry. Your kids will pick that up. So guess what? If they have kids and they interact, guess what? Your kids are going to automatically hate the other person simply because you hate them. We're going to the same place eventually. Every person you spend a moment with, you are exactly. Listen, walk the journey together. Exactly. Do not live life alone. Hey, V. Do not live life alone. Try not to do life alone, because it's hard enough as it is by yourself, right? But listen, forgive them. Forgive them. And when I say about that generational thing, my mother, when she was alive, she had people that she didn't like on sight. Didn't like them. We as a family already knew. Yep, there they go. I don't like them. And so guess what? I went to school with their kids. And guess what? It's like an old football rivalry. You have to hate them. It's just like the Packers are playing here a little bit. If you're a Bears fan, you got to hate the Packers. You have to. That's kind of birthright. That's how it was. And that's not good. Because why am I paying for my mama's sins? Why am I paying for my father's sins? What have you? Don't get caught into that. Don't get caught with that. Make sure that you forgive these people and move on. It's not worth the struggle. It really isn't. Is it worth your peace? Is it worth your joy not to forgive these people? If they can't, listen, if they did something really bad to you, forgive them and laugh at them. Forgive them and laugh at them, and watch how fast it changes. Because if people find out that you still mad at them, I know the game is on. They said the Packers are easy to hate. Well, you know what I mean. Oh man, I'm extremely stressed. ATM, I'm telling you. But listen, move on. Move on from that stuff. Love those people. Thank you, Jim. Love those people. Move on. Forgive them. Even after my mom passed, I'll tell you something real quick. I got 5 minutes. When my mom passed, I still had an internal ought with her. And I was like, but it took me a couple of years to finally say, Mama, forgive me for not forgiving you. That was my prayer. I had to go to God and say, God, forgive me for not forgiving my mama. We got to forgive people. You get one dash. Like you said, forgiveness is the hardest thing. Taking 2 years to properly forgive my mother at 96%. I pray for the haters. There you go, Jim. Pray for them haters. Richard, 96%. You need to get the other 4% tomorrow. You properly forgiven your mother. You said you had 96%. I need for you, sir, to get the other 4% tomorrow. You want to know why? Because it ain't promised. Neither for you nor her. I need for you to catch your life, brother. Get those 4% before you lay head to pillow tonight, because tomorrow is not promised. Don't forget the Green Bay Packers. Leave the Packers alone. They're probably gonna win the game. Stop it. I'm not a Bears fan, so I don't know. So, in closing, I'm gonna say this. I got a couple of minutes. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for rocking with the Thunder Crew on Thursday nights. I appreciate it, Jim. Thank you for having me on. Sassy, I hope you are good. Make sure that you continue to pray for each other, love each other, forgive one another. Hope I get one. The Nubia Award. Tomorrow's I promised. Do it today. Exactly. Thank you, Megan. Nothing's guaranteed in this life. Nothing. So let's walk this thing out. Let's forgive them and move on. The haters have to live inside themselves as that worst punishment. Exactly. That's true. That's true. You guys, it's been a great honor to talk to you guys today. The Bears. I know all about them. Ryan said you can't see anybody's comments. Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys, please hit that bit.ly link for me, bit.ly/TCSTV 2019. Click on that link. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe and download. All right. I got 2 minutes. Thank you for that. I'm off the setup. All right, Jim. All right. And also, I have another podcast coming with my brother, A.D. Walker, called The Brothers Who Talk. That is coming up here. We're going to record our first episode tomorrow. We're working on it, going to say that prayer before sleep. By the way, Seahawks win Super Bowl. No, not this year, brother. All right. Not this year. Even though they signed Jadeveon Clowney, it's not going to help them. Not this year. And I'm not a Cowboy fan. I'm going to say that first and foremost. Thank you, Ryan. I'm not a Cowboy fan, but being a sports fan, now that they have Ezekiel back in the backfield, the Cowboys, I hate to say it, they're kind of the favorites. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So sorry. I would do the sports show. I think I'm gonna do the sports show. I think I'm gonna ask Jim if I can do it. But we'll discuss that a little bit later. But thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. Jim is up next. So if you don't follow JS Scope, you're sleeping under a rock. So make sure you get yourself together and follow Jim. He is up next, and I'm waiting for him to go live, and then I'm gonna jump off. Again, thank you guys, Lala, all you guys, Janine, Ryan, all you guys that came in. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna post on Facebook for sharing. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Richard and V came through, Misty came through and shared for me. So make sure you guys share the broadcast out. Share the broadcast out. If you don't follow me, go ahead and click the little man. Hit my profile. Go ahead and follow. Nah, Seahawks. So okay, all right. Well, ride or die. I feel you. Down like I tell you what, Jen. I tell you what, Richard. I'm a Florida State Seminole fan, and we played Boise State last Saturday. And I live in Idaho, so I'm a Boise State fan too. Boise State went to Florida State, came back 24 unanswered points. I'm still ride or die Florida State, no matter what happens. So I feel you, Richard. I really do feel you. But at the same time, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen unless Russ has a breakout year this year. I don't see it happening. All right. So I'm waiting on Jim to go live, and then I'm gonna jump off here. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I might recognize somebody's top fans. It's crazy. Right. No Jimmy. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going until I see him go live because I can still see who goes live on my phone. All right. So, if those of you who are up early in the morning and you're on Periscope trolling, check out the Brothers of Legacy. That is hashtag Brothers of Legacy or hashtag BOL on Periscope in the morning and at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, love you too, Richard. Love you too. That sweet girl actually came back in. I'm waiting on Jim to go live. Make your dash count, you guys. Make your dash count. You only have one. You only get one. All right, Jimmy. That's not like Jimmy. He normally go live right quick. Y'all want to say hey to my honey while she's standing right here? Come and say hey, honey. Brothers of Legacy, that's right, BOL. Say hey. That's get in the camera. Okay, yeah.
No, it's her.
That's the wife. You say hey. Yeah.
Where am I looking?
You're looking right here. That's the camera you're looking at.
Yeah,
But so yeah, Ryan's in here. Jim got lost apparently. Jim got lost. We want them to go live. Lala wasn't here. Janine's in here. Like this, just Janine and Ryan there. Janine. Not Janine Cummings, but Janine. She's JMSTQ or JMTSQ or. Hey, that's V. That's Facebook. So I'm streaming on Facebook too. So.
Pretty fancy setup you got here.
Yeah, it's a little something.
Hi.
Ryan said hi, Terry's wife. This is Melissa. Sorry, I didn't introduce. This is my wife, Melissa. Melissa, this is everybody.
I was supposed to go live with you.
So you missed that. Hey, Mrs. Terry, see that? Everybody's acknowledging you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Respect. Richard said, "Go Seahawks." Poor fella, I'm telling you, man. You about bad as her friend Brianna. She lives out in Washington State. And
you say hi?
they pull for the people. They pull for Seahawks
Say hi?
too.
Say hi.
And so there he is. This is the little guy here.
Cherry, look.
Hey,
Look at.
look
Say
at the
hi.
camera. That's the little man. Yeah. What's he chewing on?
Ham.
Oh, good. He's eating something.
Eating.
That's good. That's my son Terry Jr.
Come on.
And he. Oh yeah, you spelled it right. You're good. All right, Jimmy's live. I didn't get notification of that, but okay. So if he's live, you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys on Sunday for the Sunday Night Thunder Crew. All right, you guys have a great one. Peace.